Hey, my name is Devin Watts, and in this presentation I will be covering my multinational case analysis on McDonald's. And in this presentation I will cover the countries McDonald's operates out of, along with the operating performance of McDonald's. And since McDonald's is a multinational country, we'll look at the top currency McDonald's is exposed to. And we'll look at McDonald's sales among the US and non-US countries. And to wrap it up, I will look at the Big Mac and how that can possibly relate to finance. So to begin, the store locations for McDonald's outside the US in 2017 was 62%. And over the past 5 years, the number of US stores decreased by almost 1%, which is 0.85%. And the percentage of European stores increased by 6.82%. In addition, the Asia Pacific region increased by 6.61% over the past year. So now we look at McDonald's operating performance, and to begin we'll look at the company sales outside the US. The sales outside the US was almost 65%, and the company operating income outside the US is a 57.89%. And also the company capital expenditures outside the US for the past 2017 was 53.54%. Now looking at the US, we see the US increased capital expenditures over the past year has been almost 47%, and the US increased capital expenditures over the past 2 years by 61.5%. Looking at the operating sales for McDonald's, we see none of the major regions analyzed had an increase in sales over the past year. We have the US with a negative 6.46%, and the high growth market, which is notable, it is a 10.36% decrease in sales over the past year. And now looking at the currency exposed to McDonald's, we see the British pound. In 2017, we see the British pound, Australian dollar, and the Canadian dollar being the most exposed currency for McDonald's. And I found it interesting over the past year from 2016 to 2017, we saw the Australian dollar drop in their exposure for McDonald's. Australian dollar was in the #1 position for currency most exposed, and then in 2017 it dropped to the 2nd position. And that led me to look up the Australian dollar interest rate, and I found the Australian interest rate fell by 50 basis points in 2016, which might explain the drop in McDonald's foreign currency exposure. So for McDonald's sales, the revenue per store in the US was 570, the average was $570,390,000. And for the non-US store average, it was $725,300,000. McDonald's sales per restaurant were higher outside the US. In addition, the sales outside the US and the new stores from 2016 to 2017, we see that the US had a slight decrease in stores from 2016 to 2017, and then the non-US stores had a significant decrease of almost 10% decrease in stores from 2016 to 2017. So given that the store revenue per store average for the US is lower, and the increase in sales from 16 and 17 for McDonald's US stores, I conclude that the sales for the US stores is higher than the non-US stores. So to finish, the Big Mac Index and how that can be used as a lighthearted and interesting way to measure the economy's purchasing power. And I noted that this Big Mac Index is used throughout multiple textbooks and known globally for a relative index. This will conclude my presentation. Thank you.